Hello, my name is Terry Bryan and I'm a Member Services Consultant with Tasplan. Today we are going to talk about our Tasplan Pension products. Before we start, however, I would just like to remind you all that this presentation is of a general nature only and does not take into account your own personal situation. Should you ever require personal advice, we always recommend that you speak with a financial planner. As a Member Services Consultant, I'm talking to members every day. And one of the things that I get asked the most is when can I retire and how do I get access to my super? The first question is very easy. You can retire at any time, provided that you can afford to do so. The second question is a little bit more involved. In order to get access to your super, you need to have reached what is known as a condition of release. Now, there are several different conditions of release and even more special conditions that will allow you to get access to your super in an emergency. But what I want to talk to you about are the three main conditions that are most likely to affect the majority of us. The first of these conditions is that you turn 65. At 65, you can have full access to your super regardless of whether or not you decide to continue to keep working or whether you decide to retire. 65 is that key age. The second condition relates to changing your occupation after you have turned 60. Now, changing occupations is exactly that. You cease one employment arrangement and move on to another. For example, if you are a school teacher and you are working at one high school and you are transferred to another school across in another suburb, you have not ceased your employment. You are still working for the Department of Education. However, if you are working for a public school and you move into, say, a private school, then you have reached a condition of release and you can get access to your super. And the third condition is the one that most of us are probably keen to know, and that is you have reached your preservation age, stopped work, and it is not your intention to work for more than 10 hours a week. I'll say that again. You reach your preservation age, stop work, and it is not your intention to work for more than 10 hours a week. So what is your preservation age? Now, originally, the preservation age set for accessing super was 55. However, the government have changed those preservation ages so that now the preservation age is 60. But as they could not change this in one go, they have staggered the ages depending on the year of your birth. So if you were born prior to July 1960, your preservation age is 55. However, if you were born after June 1964, your preservation age is 60. And as you can see from this slide, for those of us who were born between those dates, it depends on which year. For example, I was born in January 1963, so my preservation age is 58. So once you have reached your preservation age, then there are a number of different options for you. If you are wishing to continue work, we have what is known as a transition to retirement pension. If you are not going to continue to work, then we can offer you either a managed pension or a controlled pension to you. But I will talk about those in a little later in this presentation. But for now, let's have a look at the transition to retirement pension. The transition to retirement pension was originally designed for those people who wish to cut down on their working hours without cutting down on the money they were getting paid each payday. Now, what I mean by that is that if you are currently working 5 days a week and getting paid, say, $50,000 per year to that job, and you want to cut back to 4 days a week, then logically your pay will reduce to $40,000. So the concept of the transition to retirement pension is that you continue to receive that $40,000 from your employer, but you use your superannuation to provide the other $10,000, so that you continue to receive the $50,000 you are used to, but get to work less hours. A taste of what retirement might look like for you. Being a pension product, you should also be aware that pensions can be paid to match your pay cycle. So we can pay them fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or even a lump sum yearly payment. The other thing to remember about pension products is that you don't have to have stopped work to access a superannuation pension. So this has led some people using the transition pension account to top up their take-home pay without reducing their hours. Some people saw this and realised that if they took out the transition pension account without reducing their hours and took an annual payment, then they can access a portion of their super early, and they could use this to pay off a bill, pay off some of their mortgage, or even use it to go on a holiday. Now, before we all rush off to do this, it's very important to realise that transition pension accounts have other rules that you need to know about. Firstly, you are restricted to receiving a maximum of 10% of your account balance in any one financial year. Secondly, there may be some tax implications of taking your money out of super, especially if you do so before turning 60. And whilst you do not pay tax on super payments after turning 60, there may also be some other implications, such as it affecting Centrelink payments. Another use of the transition to retirement account is to use it in a way that will boost your retirement savings. To do this, you need to take into account your ability to salary sacrifice into your super. As I stated, once you turn 60, you can take out your money tax-free. So there is less money that you need to take out than you put in. So effectively, you are saving tax when you salary sacrifice, you are saving on tax when you take the money out, and are therefore adding to or boosting your super at the same time. Now, these strategies that I've mentioned do not suit everyone, and therefore it is important that before doing anything, I strongly suggest that you speak with a financial planner to ensure that you are getting the right information around your own personal circumstances, which are different for each of us. Now, once you have stopped work or turned 65, you may be looking at receiving a regular income from your account. Now, we can offer you two different types of pension accounts to you. The first of these is the control pension account. Now, with a control pension, you get to control the pension as you want it. That means that you decide how you want the money to be invested. You decide how much you want to receive each payment cycle, and you decide when that money gets paid to you. It is a fully flexible arrangement that you control, and even allows you to take lump sum payments at any time if you require to do so. Pension payment amounts can also be varied during the year if needed. The second pension that we offer is called a managed pension. Now, with a managed pension, Tasplan takes a bit more control of the pension account, and we manage the money with the goal of trying to make your pension last for as long as possible. And our target is to reach your 90th birthday. To do this, we decide how to invest your money, and we decide how much money gets paid to you each pay cycle. Again, however, should you need a lump sum payment for any reason, we can take this out of your managed pension if required. With all Tasplan pensions, you can swap and change between them at any time. So if you take a control pension and think that you are going through the money faster than you would like, then you could swap to a managed pension at no cost to you to help make your pension last for a little bit longer. Similarly, if you have a managed pension and you are not having a comfortable retirement as your payments are not enough, you may want to swap to a control pension to increase your payments. Now, these strategies that I have mentioned do not suit everybody, and therefore it's important that before doing anything, I strongly suggest that you speak with a financial planner to ensure that you are getting the right information around your own personal circumstances, which are different to each of us. Financial planners are people who can help you with your retirement planning. They are independent, highly trained individuals who are there to do the right thing by you and help you achieve your retirement goals. It may be by helping you to set financial goals, look at your investment strategies, and ensure that the investments you are using match what we call your risk tolerance. But most importantly, they can help you turn thought into action. How many times have you viewed one of these presentations and thought that that would be a good idea to do, only to get distracted when you got home and then don't get reminded until the next time you see your superannuation statement. Financial planners' fees are fixed, so the planners we refer you to have set fees that they'll tell you about up front, so you'll never get a shock. They can also help you with Centrelink questions, investments outside of super, pension options, insurance, and estate planning. Thanks for your time today. As always, if you need to talk to someone, please do not hesitate to call our contact centre on 1800 005 166 to set up a meeting. Thank you.